Hello, this is William Head with Team DUI. Everyone needs to know his or her blood alcohol content level, BAC level, when consuming alcohol. Your blood alcohol concentration is the number that police will use to try to convict you of drunken driving. Across the United States, many acronyms for drunk driving are utilized by the various state DUI laws, including DUI, which is the most common, DWI is the second most common, OUI, OWI, OVI, OMVI, DWUI, DUII, and driving UBAL, which means with an unlawful blood alcohol level. Every person who will be drinking and driving immediately knows the critical importance of his or her blood alcohol level if arrested for impaired driving. While most DUI tests are taken with a breathalyzer device of some type, breath test evidence is a mere indirect estimated measurement of what alcohol is in your blood. If you have refused a blood test or a breath test or both, then you may not have to worry about being convicted of driving under the influence by virtue of being over the legal limit or being per se DUI alcohol, as a DUI lawyer may phrase it. You can still be prosecuted under the too impaired to drive state DUI laws, however. By refusing blood testing, you may have triggered a painful driver's license suspension by violating the state implied consent or informed consent law. The DWI DUI laws where your DUI arrest occurred can include total loss of driving privileges, mandatory ignition interlock installation, and even may include jail time for refusing a blood alcohol content test or a breath alcohol sobriety test. One difference between a breathalyzer test and a blood test is that a blood test can reveal drugs in your bloodstream such that you can be accused of DUI drugs or drugged driving. This type of conviction for driving under the influence of drugs can totally suspend your driver's license. Criminal law cases like driving while impaired, or DWI, should be handled by a skilled criminal defense lawyer who is familiar with challenging blood test evidence that reports you as having an unlawful blood alcohol content limit. A DUI attorney has extra forensic training beyond the normal experienced criminal defense attorney, since a drunk driving lawyer must fight blood testing and breath testing evidence in almost every case. On the screen, please see the helpful blood alcohol content chart or blood alcohol calculator. These charts are a crib sheet created from the Widmark formula. Eric Widmark was a famous Swedish scientist who studied thousands of individuals in a controlled drinking study after taking their height, weight, and gender. In 1932, he published a landmark scientific paper revealing this blood alcohol content formula, factoring in the drinker's height, weight, and gender. The mathematical results were compared to blood draws to see how close the numbers matched. The Widmark formula is still in use today in criminal courts and civil courts across America and worldwide. To help you know your legal drinking limit, use the blood alcohol content calculator shown above. The importance of this is that you don't need to have something on your cell phone or any other type of device as long as you know your height and weight as it relates to how much alcohol you can consume. Eric Widmark spent his time discovering this information in order that people could make better decisions about drinking and driving. Remember that your lean body mass is all that should be used when calculating your blood alcohol content level, since fat tissue does not help eliminate alcohol from the human body. On the screen you see a typical crime lab report for a blood test. This is not what you want to see if you're charged with DUI and have been arrested for drunk driving in America. The legal drinking limit for all adult drivers in the United States is 0.08 grams per cent. So learn your safe blood alcohol content limit and strictly follow it in consuming alcoholic beverages. Then wait until the impairing effects have worn off before you get behind the wheel. It's always better to take an alternative means of transportation, but if you are stopped for drinking and driving and you get arrested, call Team DUI and we will line you up with a qualified criminal defense attorney who specializes in DUI cases.